Hello there, internet people. My name's Matthew Neighbors, and I'm about to give you my movie review on Joker. Fair warning, there will be spoilers throughout this review, so if you haven't seen it, now's the cutoff time. Well, not now, because it was like 3 seconds ago, 4 seconds ago. You get my point. Anyway, with that said, when I'm about to give you this review, I've gone into this movie completely blind, meaning I did not watch the trailer, I did not do any research on the movie or anything. I had no idea what the plot was, nothing. So, if you're new to my channel, the way I do my movie reviews are I break it down into 5 categories. You have character development, story arc, viewer enjoyment, you have creativity/authenticity, and then last is real life relatability. You can get up to 2 points in each category for a total of 10 stars. So, first category, which is character development. You have Joaquin Phoenix, who plays Joker, or Arthur, in this case. I'd have to do some research, but I don't believe that's his real name. Unless they've done a new cutout. I don't know. His name's not Arthur, to my knowledge at least. So, with that said, they went that route, chose a new name. Does sound familiar, though. But anyway, so he's a party clown for hire. He works with a bunch of other clowns, literally. That they get hired to do jobs, whether that be go to a hospital to make kids laugh or for a private birthday party, etc. But his character development, they go about how he's seen a therapist, he needs medication, he takes care of his mother. They go into detail on his relationship with his mother, where he came from and everything. And then his relationship with his dad, who wasn't part of his life. He's probably about in his 40s now, but stuff like that happens. But anyway, the character development is very well put together, very well sought at. So overall, I'm gonna have to give it a 2. Alright, so they did a good job with that. They blended it very well. They addressed certain issues that needed to be. They didn't really leave too much they didn't need to put in there. So up next is going to be story arc. So the story arc of this, you really get the good feel of the Joker, or Arthur, is a man. He is just a normal man who had a job. He lost his job. The girl he liked didn't like him back. His idol that he watched on TV didn't appreciate him, made fun of him. So he literally had everything taken from him, no one was ever on his side. In hindsight, he kind of had every right to go insane. But that's a whole different issue. Anyway, so overall how the movie goes about is you see him chasing after kids to get his sign back. He ends up getting fired because his buddy gives him a gun. He accidentally brings it into the kids ward for a bunch of cancer kids. Tries to play it off as a prop gun. He gets fired from that. His mom then has a panic attack after talking to some cops when Arthur wasn't there. And then it goes about how he killed some people on the subway when he was in his clown makeup. And he finally ends up getting the courage to do some stand-up comedy, which has been his dream. He does it, and he has a condition where he can't stop laughing. But as we later find out, that's not really the case, because he then finds a letter from his mom. She writes to Thomas Wayne because she used to work for him. She's delusional, thinks that Arthur's his son. So, with that said, yes, Joker is a DC character, but this movie doesn't really portray it that way. So for the story arc, it kind of ends with him being a man. You see the entire movie, you don't see him anything more than just a man who's had everything taken from him and has gone insane. So it's a nice different perspective from the Joker. So with that said, I'm going to have to give the story arc a 2. So up next is viewer enjoyment. This movie was funny at times, not all the time, but some of the time. It definitely had intensity. You were waiting, it had everyone in the theater waiting for that, come on, Joker, come on, go insane. I want to see you go insane, Joker, come on, do it. Woohoo, ha ha ha, kind of stuff right there. But it was a very slow progressing. The beginning of the movie was very slow, and it didn't start building up until about midway, and then it's like, okay, we're getting here now. So it kind of slinkied a bit there, but it ended on a very good note. So for viewer enjoyment, I'm only giving it a 1. So up next is creativity / authenticity. The way they went about it for this was they took a few things from the comics, yes, but they really did make this their own. They went about it to, kind of hard to explain, but they focused in on some of the comic book attributes. They sprinkled in a little bit of Bruce Wayne and Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne, and everything. And then they tossed in a little bit of Arkham. But they did a lot of original stuff. I mean, they took it from the comics, but then they turned it around. They made it their own original by making it seem like, again, he's an actual person. Like, it does not feel like a comic book movie in the slightest, which for the Joker is a really good thing, because this is a character that we've always seen a side of from the good guy's perspective. So it was a good change of pace to get it to see who he was, what he's like from before he even became the Joker. So for creativity / authenticity, I'm only going to give it a 1. I liked it, but there were a few things they could have done better, could have explained more, could have gone more into depth in, or really could have taken the initiative to make their own. So for the last category, which is real-life relatability, I've been saying that the whole video feels like a real person getting all of this stuff done to. And that is unbelievably amazing on the writers and the actors' part. Like, hats off. Tap, tap. I had it. No, it's over there. Anyway, so the way they go about this is, yes, like I said, they sprinkled in a little bit of the Waynes in there. Him thinking that he's Thomas Wayne's son, goes to the Wayne Manor, sees little Bruce playing in the yard and everything. He sneaks into the opera house when just Martha and Thomas were there, goes into the bathroom when Thomas does to meet him and everything. But all that aside, the way he portrays it, he constantly has that Joker feel to him that's before he was the Joker. But the way he goes about it is very slowly, because all this bad stuff happens to him, and he's just trying to keep it together, but you know he's breaking because no one gives a crap about him. He's that little guy in the beat-up, rundown apartment who no one pays any attention to. He runs into this girl in the elevator, and they go out a couple times throughout the movie. He follows her. She says, "I wish you would have come in," and everything when they go back home that night. She then shows up at his comedy club to see his stand-up act, which is nice. She's then there at the hospital after his mother has that incident. His friends come by his house after he hears that. He's about to go on TV to meet his idol. And after just all of this, he just snaps. Like, it's not just an immediate snap. It's like everything's building up. It's a little snap here, a little snap there, and the snap is getting slightly bigger and bigger and bigger until finally, bam! Someone's shot on live television. So, with that said, real life relatability is getting a 2. This is probably by far one of the greatest relatable movies I've seen in a while. So with that being said, you have character development a 2, you have story arc a 2, you have viewer enjoyment a 1, you have creativity / authenticity a 1, and you have real life relatability a 1, for a grand total of 8 stars out of 10. Highly recommend this movie. I might watch it again if I'm with someone. Otherwise, I enjoyed it, but it's not really I enjoyed it, but I might watch it again by myself, but no, probably with another person. If you like these kind of movies, highly recommend it for you. If you have any other movie you want me to review, leave it in the comment section below. If you have any thoughts on this movie you want to share with me, I'd love to debate about them with you. With that said, I'll leave y'all to it. Good night, Internet people. Y'all have a good day.